All right, so here it is, guys. This is the car that finally broke me. Yeah. So this was a project I picked up that was supposed to be an easy flip, and it has been everything but that. It has been nothing but a nightmare, and yeah. So I know what you're probably thinking. Hey, it's a Honda. Can it really be that hard? There's information about Hondas everywhere. No matter what you want to do to a Honda, somebody's done it. Well, yeah, no. This issue is a problem. But here's the setup. So to give you all a little backstory, I bought this car not running. It needed a ton of work. I bought it basically in pieces. The new head had just been slapped on, and everything else needed put back together. So I put everything back together. I got the car running within a few days, actually. I put a lot of time into this thing, and it runs for a while. Now, let me explain. So when I say it runs for a while, it will run until it gets warm, till the engine starts to warm up, and then it will stall. So it can't really be driven. It has a really bad idle surge. And before anybody jumps in here that knows anything about Hondas, just know I've already checked the IACV. I've checked the fast idle thermal valve. I have checked the vacuum lines. I have made sure there are no leaks. All the plugs are new. The distributor's fine. The timing's set right. The throttle position sensor, the map sensor, all of that's good. All the normal things that would cause a Honda specifically to not idle and to stall have been addressed. But yet I can't seem to pinpoint what's wrong with this car. I want this car out of my garage, and I have spent so much time on it. So what really attracted me to this car was that it is an insanely clean interior. Even low miles too. That's just the security alarm box just hanging down there. But yeah, it's low miles for these cars. 155,000. So yeah, not bad at all. But super clean all the way around. We even got a leather headliner. I didn't even realize these cars came with leather headliners, and I owned one. It's been a while, but yeah. Well, shoot, let's just try to start it up and see what happens. All right. So it starts, we have a little bit of an idle surge, and the idle is gonna drop, and it'll stay steady for a minute, but the only reason it's really running okay is because I had to pull a vacuum line off. So it runs okay with a major vacuum leak, so that's always fun. So I'm gonna show you what I mean here. It can barely stay running. Sometimes the idle will fix itself, sometimes it won't, but either way, it stalls. So yeah, this car is a very old school build. It's got some old tile parts, like their old branding. Probably see it better on the wastegate there. I don't know if the camera will focus or not. But yeah, it's got some Hasport mount, or I'm sorry, Innovative mounts. That's what it has, Innovative mounts. Got the old school tile blow-off valve. But yeah, even the ECU is chipped. Well, the old ECU. I was concerned that the ECU was the problem, and I couldn't read any data on it, so I went and picked up a essentially brand used P28 that has Honda S300 installed, and I was also worried about the, eBay harnesses that were used. There's 2 of them, so somebody had used 2 different harnesses on this car, because it came with 2. So I went and bought a Speed Factory harness just to kind of eliminate any issues with that. I also went and got a main relay, thinking that maybe that could have been the issue, if there was maybe a short or something somewhere. These things are actually getting really hard to find, and it wasn't that either. Other than all of my complaints, the car is actually pretty clean, especially for 2001 in the Texas sun. It's got some paint fade, but other than that, it's really, really clean car. I've got the front bumper inside the garage, but yeah, this thing is the worst project car I have ever owned. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I started really with Hondas when I started really getting into cars. My first car was the 1997 Honda Civic. It was an EX, a white 2-door coupe. And shortly after that, I purchased my second car, which was and still has been kind of the car I let get away. But it was it was either a 99 or 2000 Honda Civic EM1, like a SI. And that car has been one of my favorite cars for the longest time. So much so that I owned 3 of them. I owned 3 of the SIs, but nothing could compare to my original one that I had owned. It was an amazing car. Unfortunately, I had an issue because I was young and I didn't maintain the car, and the ball joint busted, and I needed a way to get to work, so I sold the car, bought something else. I did regret that a little bit. I ended up finding the new owner of the car and tried to buy it back from him a couple years later, but unfortunately he told me that the car was totaled shortly after he bought it for me originally. So yeah, I know, enough with the story time, but well, this car is terrible. Now, in all seriousness, it is a great car. These Preludes are amazing. However, my luck with this one has not been very good. If you guys have been through anything similar, let me know. But this is sometimes how it goes with project cars. It may be something that seems like an easy fix, easy flip, but it doesn't always go that way. Like I said, I had this car running within a few days of buying it. I put it back together that quick. But as far as being able to drive it or do anything with it other than mess with it in the garage and try to get it to not stall and get the idle straightened out, no. So do your research. Make sure you know that when you are buying a project car or a flip, that these things do happen, and make sure you budget enough for it, because there's no telling what you can run into. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Sorry for the delay in uploads. I've been so busy with work lately, trying to get back around to it. So I do have some more coming, but appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what I should do to this car. Should I just cut my losses and sell it? Or do you have something maybe I haven't tried yet that I should try? Let me know in the comments.